Today I will be taking a look at the LEGO Indiana Jones Temple of the Golden Idol. Watch till the end to see all the features and minifigures, so now let's take a closer look. The entire build is a really well done diorama of the Raiders of the Lost Ark opening sequence, complete with all the traps that are encountered in the movie. The build has this black base wrapping all around, as is seen in most 18 plus LEGO dioramas, with these 2x3 printed tiles that have a cool geometric pattern and some small skull builds. There are these 4 circular knobs that have skull prints on them, and a plaque that has the name of the movie and the quotes, "Let us hurry, there is nothing to fear here." That's what scares me, with Satipo and Indiana Jones names beneath them. The temple is split into 3 main sections, and we'll start with the first one on the left. Here there's the entrance to the temple, covered in plants and hanging vines. There's a pillar made of masonry bricks that has a skull built into it, and a triangular tiling pattern at the top that can also be seen above the entrance and a few more times around the set. There's a cobweb with a spider, and down the bottom there are 2 more spiders, some spikes, and the skeleton of Dr. Forrestal, rival archaeologist of Indiana Jones, who was an unlucky victim of this spike trap. And one glaringly obvious thing you may have noticed is this giant boulder, and if you've seen the movie, I'm sure you'll know what happens next. Turn this knob and it'll cause the boulder to come rolling down just like in the film, then turn it back the other direction to reset the boulder. Moving across, there's a rock with another skull build above it, and behind that a stone tiki head beside a tree. There's another feature here too. Turn the second knob to raise and lower this stickered stone door that moves smoothly up and down with the help of these tiles. The next area is the chasm that Indiana Jones swings across with his whip, which here is just a pole with a clip on the end. There are some tree roots here leading down into the black abyss that's actually just 2 6x12 tiles. Across the pit there's the third knob, which can make a minifigure swing back and forth on a branch, and there's a build for the sunburst above which is more of that nice tiling pattern. Over in the third and final section there's an unlit torch and a bunch of 1x1 tiles to represent the tiles that trigger the poisonous darts. On the walls there's a heap of faces, some brick built and some 2x2 stickered tiles, and I really like the part usage for these brick built ones because you can get so much expression in with the different pieces, such as this toe ball connector as a mouth or this hinge plate as noses. As far as I'm aware, all of these 2x2 tiles are based directly off the stone faces in the movie, except one that's actually a minifigure head and one that resembles King Kahuka from the old Islander Pirates sets. Moving up, there's a big face that's built quite nicely using this 1x2 slope piece with 2 1x1 circle tiles behind it, which is sort of weird when it could have been swapped with one of the newer 1x2 Minecraft pork chop pieces instead. Above that, there's more stone faces and plants, and also a light brick which you'll see activated soon. On the plinth in the middle of the room is the Chachapoyan fertility idol, or just the golden idol. It's a cool little piece, and while it's very similar, it's not the exact same as the original piece from 2008 due to a few small differences. There's also a bag included here, the one full of sand to swap the idol with. After that, turn the 4th and final knob to activate a super cool feature. When you turn it, it'll first activate the light brick. Keep turning and the sandbag will slowly lower down, and then give it one final turn and the giant face will fall down out of the wall. It's prevented from falling all the way out by use of these Technic pieces and some short chains. Turning the knob back will reset the sandbag, but putting the face back in is done manually. Turning the whole model around, you can see the mechanics of all the features from the back. They all use a lot of Technic pieces to work, though thankfully it's nothing too difficult to comprehend, and it makes for a super fun result. I love how smoothly the boulder rolls down this big Technic gear piece, and how simple the door and swinging mechanisms are. The entire idol feature is a bit more complicated, but it's well worth the result. All around, it's a really fun build, but it wouldn't be complete without the minifigures. There are 4 included, 5 if you count the skeleton, which I don't. The first one we'll take a look at is the Havitos Warrior. He's got a sort of beaded sash on his torso and some red markings. His head has white markings on it and an angered second face. He also holds a bow and arrow. Next here is Rene Balok. His body print is pretty similar to the original, though tan this time and with sweat printing on his back. His face print is smiling dastardly and actually looks pretty similar to Argus Filch's from Harry Potter. He wears a pith helmet and he carries a revolver too, which is the classic Sonic Adventurers one from 1996 instead of something like the one from the Lone Ranger. The third minifigure is Satipo, Indiana Jones's not-so-trusty guide. He's got a nicely detailed torso print that gets better when you turn it around. On the back there are two tarantulas from the scene where he's covered in spiders. He has a double-sided face with a scared expression on the back, and he uses the same hair as the Jovito's warrior. And as a little fun fact, this is the second minifigure of Alfred Molina in 2023, after Doc Ock in the No Way Home set. The last figure here is, of course, Indiana Jones himself. His legs are the same as the other two Indiana Joneses from 2023, and his torso is the same as the one from Escape from the Lost Tomb, except with different coloured hands. He has a satchel and an exclusive face with cobwebs and a spider on the back. He also has this really cool dual moulded hat-hair combo that can be really useful for custom minifigures or even upgrading existing figures. And he also has the classic whip piece introduced in 2008 for the original Indiana Jones sets. This is definitely one of my favourite sets of 2023, and if you're an Indiana Jones fan and or LEGO fan in general, I think this set is a must-have. That wraps it up for today, so thank you for watching all the way until the end, and make sure to tune in next time. Bye.